Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Wolverine Den, the home of the Willamette Wolverines in beautiful Eugene, Oregon. Tonight we bring you Roseburg boys basketball as the Indians get ready to face the Willamette Wolverines in a Southwest Conference matchup. Roseburg coming in with a 12-7 overall record. They're 4-3 in conference play, looking to lick their wounds after a loss on the road against the South Medford Panthers on Tuesday. A tough one for Roseburg as they battled their way back after trailing by double digits midway through the third quarter. They got back within reach of overcoming the deficit, but could not finish it off. On the other side, it's the Willamette Wolverines still seeking that first win in conference play, as tonight they welcome in the Roseburg Indians. We welcome you into tonight's broadcast and are so happy to have you with us as we get ready to bring you Roseburg High School sports here on The Score. Good evening, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran. It's great to be with you here on this Friday night. I hope you are having a wonderful day as we head into the weekend. It is a super weekend coming up, but we'll put football aside for now as we head indoors for a little bit of round ball. Roseburg looking to try and pick up momentum. At 4-3, they are currently tied with Grants Pass in second place, are right about there. Actually, Grants Pass with a half-game lead as they've played one more conference game than Roseburg, but both teams have 3 losses in conference play. And the teams behind them are not that far behind. Sheldon with 4 losses, South Eugene with 4 losses, and North Medford at 3-5, still not out of reach of a top 3 finish in the league standings. Running away with things right now is South Medford, undefeated at 8-0, and then everything else is really up for grabs here at the moment. So if Roseburg looks to try and secure an automatic playoff berth out of the Southwest Conference and maybe have an outside chance of staying in the conference title race, they've got to win, and they've got to win tonight as they get ready to take on the Willamette Wolverines. Roseburg's next handful of games are all going to be against the teams directly behind them. They've gotten their 2 games in against the South Medford Panthers, so every game is a game against a team trying to catch up to Roseburg. That makes them all so very important. Meanwhile, for the Willamette Wolverines, right now, it's been a tough season this year for a young Wolverines squad that isn't very deep. They only run about, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 players on the roster for the varsity club. They don't have a lot of senior leadership with just 2 seniors on the varsity roster. One of them, very great scorer, Braden Long, real good scorer, but around him, we saw in the first meeting between the 2 teams, just not enough firepower to keep up with most of the teams in the Southwest Conference. And that reflects in the 8 straight losses for the Wolverines. They are 0-8 in conference play, 3-18 overall on the season. They'll look to get that first win of the year. And when they play here at home, they're dangerous. Roseburg lost on the road here last year when on paper you would have looked at Roseburg and thought, yeah, that's going to be a win on the road at Willamette. They came up here to the Wolverine Den and they were knocked down as the Wolverines would pull off the win. We'll see how things play out here tonight, but the Roseburg Indians trying to get back in the win column and move a couple of games above 500. They're going to still be trying to chase down Grants Pass, who does play tonight in the number of games played in conference. We'll take a look at the rest of the conference schedule coming up as we count down to tip-off here tonight from Willamette High School. We'll go ahead and get in our first pregame break of tonight. Just a reminder, tonight we do have a doubleheader for you. That's why we are starting a little bit early here this evening, although we're starting early for when we normally go on the air with Roseburg basketball, but we're also starting a bit late. The JV game ran a little bit long. Roseburg winning that one 67-53. But tonight is a doubleheader. First, it's the boys game coming up here in about 10 minutes from now. And then after that, we'll have the girls game for you. It's going to be a tough one for this Roseburg girls squad as they face number 3 ranked Willamette coming up a little later on tonight. So stay with us. We got a lot of high school basketball in store for you here this evening. If you'd like to watch tonight's game, well, that is a possibility. We're not just on the radio. We're streaming online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. That's 1490 The Score on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button to make sure that you get notifications every time we go live with another Roseburg High School sporting event. The live video stream of Roseburg High basketball is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Let's go ahead and get in that 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at how these 2 teams get to where we are here tonight. Don't have a pregame interview with Coach Humphreys for you, but he said he'll check in with us after the game, so we'll get a chance to catch up with him there. Roseburg basketball taking on the Willamette Wolverines. We'll have more on the matchup when we come back after this 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecue...
Welcome you back here to Willamette High School, where the Roseburg Indians get ready to take on the Willamette Wolverines. Boys basketball up first. The girls game will be coming up later on tonight. Well, taking a look back, Roseburg in their last game, they were on the road at South Medford. They trailed like after beating Roseburg pretty handily at home at Robertson. I'm just filling airtime for you here at the moment. For Roseburg, my assumption is going to be a usual starting five for them. We'll get you the list of everybody on the floor here as we get ready to tip this one off. Let's see if I can get, there's the video stream. For those on the video stream, we welcome you back in. We having some technical difficulties with our internet connection, and I think we're going to be back on here, but we'll see how things go the rest of the night. Hopefully we'll be squared away and ready to go. All right, opening tip just about to get underway. So Roseburg will have Asher Friedenberg in the middle to jump it up, and he will be jumping against Cole Zumwalt. And the tip one, it's Andy McCurdy getting a start tonight that tracks that one down. And Roseburg will have the basketball moving to our right. Opening possession of the ball game. Here we go. Friedenberg gets it left side, cuts in, goes with the scoop shot, and we are underway with a quick 2 points for Roseburg. Asher Friedenberg with the score. Roseburg tries to trap near midcourt. Braden Long will get it into the front court for Willamette. Double team comes. His pass tipped away, and it stays with Willamette. Dribbling to the top in the lane. A dump off there by Jaden Owens. A corner two-pointer. As a two-pointer there from Jacob Hall in the far corner. So he'll get the scoring started for Willamette. 2-2 ball game. Thought it looked like his foot was on the line. Friedenberg will race it up the floor on the far side, and a carry call against Roseburg. They'll turn it back over to Willamette. The Wolverines with the basketball in a 2-2 ball game. It's Jacob Hall bringing the ball up the floor. Just hit that long two from the corner. Owens gets it away. Left side three. Braden Long hits his first of the night. That young man is nearing a school record in a career for three-pointers. Trying to answer on the other side. One of Roseburg's three-point shooters, Owen Bentia, unable to hit. His shot came up just a bit short. Owens will bring it up the floor. Gave it away at the top to Zumwalt, left wing. Owens will get it back. Out at the center circle on the logo. Pass it away left side. Dob underneath, and McCurdy there to swat away the basketball. It is 5-2 right now. Lead at 3 points for Willamette. They'll inbound from their own baseline. Inbound from Long. Went to Zumwalt. He got up a shot and is fouled in the act of shooting. They'll call that against Micah Mendoza. First foul of the ball game there. So we are underway here tonight. Apologize for some of the technical difficulties there. Of course, we sat around waiting a little extra for the JV game to wrap up. And then as soon as we go on the air, that's when the issues came. And, of course, that's usually how it works. First of two free throws for Cole Zumwalt does not fall. He'll have a second one coming up here. 5-2 ball game, 6:19 to go first quarter. Second free throw goes in. Roseburg basketball, trailing now 6-2. Left side, McCurdy gets it to Bentia on the left wing. Out to the top, Lopez a three, off the mark. Nobody underneath for Roseburg. It's easily pulled down by Granberry. Long dribbles it out to the top, to the far side for Willamette. With the basketball, Zumwalt. A 4-point lead for the Wolverines. Driving in, this time it is Hall who pulls up for the mid-range jumper. And it is quickly an 8-2 lead for Willamette. The Wolverines coming out with a strong showing early on against Roseburg. And it's been all them since the opening bucket of the game for the Indians. Left side, Bentia driving in, spin move back to his right, and Owen Bentia will get Roseburg snapping an 8-0 run there by Willamette. 8-4. Pass across the floor into the corner. Going to try and drive. Makes the extra dump pass and an easy 2-point basket in the middle for Berkeley Granberry. Roseburg trying to push the pace, races up the floor. Vredenberg stops, will give it away to Mendoza straight away. He fires through the defense to McCurdy in the left corner. His shot came up short, and underneath an easy rebound for Zumwalt as Willamette out-rebounding Roseburg here early on. I don't have Roseburg down for a rebound yet. Zumwalt attacks to the left elbow, kicks out to Long. Got a little bit of space, he'll take it, launches the three, and he buries his second. Braden Long needs 8 tonight to set the new school record for career threes. He's already got 2. Roseburg dumped it down. Vredenberg pass too strong. Mendoza frustrated, trying to help out his teammates. Give it to me here. And Mendoza unable to get to that one. Another turnover by the Indians. And this has not been the start they were hoping for. Down by 9 right now. Left side, Long. Draws back out, fires it out to the top. Granberry works it to the right wing. That is Zumwalt driving in, goes airborne, gets his shot blocked by McCurdy. Other way we go. In transition, it's Lopez, shot too strong, tip back in for Bentia. Owen Bentia with the offensive board and gets Roseburg back within 7 points. Bounce into the middle, attacking underneath. That is Granberry again. Roseburg loses the just messy with the basketball there in transition at the free throw line. Ball knocked away, out of bounds. It'll go back to Roseburg on the baseline. Well, tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Inbound, lobbed out to Mendoza. And then trying to get the ball back to Vredenberg. He fell over, and Mendoza's touch pass right back to him. With Vredenberg on the floor, nobody there to get it, and it just goes out of bounds. It is 15 6. Apologies there. 9-point game again for Willamette. Attacking left side, dumps it to the weak side. Couldn't handle the pass. Toss back out. Straightaway 3 by Long. He is off the back iron. Underneath the rebound, fight for it. Whistle against Willamette. That goes against Zumwalt for his first. Roseburg will have the basketball here on the baseline, going the full length of the floor. Coming in, Granberry will check back into the game. Didn't notice he had checked out there for you. In is Cole Newton. He has been into the game. Coming out was Zumwalt for a breather there. To the right side, into the corner, pass tipped. It'll stay with Roseburg. After Caden Garcia got a hand on that one, got into the passing lane, knocked it out of bounds. Inbound from the corner for Vredenberg. Out to the top, Lopez. Left side to Bentia. Down to McCurdy, who gets pushed from behind as he was getting the entry pass underneath. Vincent Ash will come in for Julian Lopez. The foul against Caden Garcia, his first. 3:01 to go here, first quarter. It's a 9-point game for Willamette. Ash gets it in the left corner on the inbound. Bentia, one-handed hook pass underneath to Mendoza. Had a double team on him. Saw Ash cutting to the rim. Tried to bounce it to him, but threw it at his ankles. And a turnover once again for Roseburg. Not the start they were looking for here. Coming out a little discombobulated. Up the far sideline will come Hall. Pass it to the near side for Garcia. Roseburg again trying to trap out near midcourt. And a fight through it. And there will be a whistle. Timeout taken by Willamette before any foul call. So a timeout down on the floor. We're going to go ahead and take one real quick as well. A 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
.241 to go in the first quarter. It is 15-6. Willamette in front. Got to get the ball in and a 5-second count. Willamette had a player fall down. That might have disrupted the inbound play, and they hold too long. Roseburg defensive effort will get the stop. They'll get the ball back. That is a nice change of pace for the Indians, who have turned the ball over a few times here in the first quarter. Mendoza walks the ball into the front court. Straight away between the circles. Pass away left side to Bentia. Ball over his head. Dribbles to the top. Tried to split two defenders. Got really cut off. Just stonewalled. Pass right side for Mendoza at the wing. Circles to the free throw line. Lobs into the corner. A 3 by Vredenberg. Too long. And a push underneath. Vincent Ash called for the shove in the back. That will be the second foul on Roseburg here with 2:18 to go in the first quarter. Roseburg will put full court pressure on. Garcia's got to find somewhere to go with it. Long comes to help. He'll get it. Sporting the headband and the mohawk. Crossover dribble. He gets to the midcourt stripe. Races into the front court right side. Across the floor. Entry pass underneath. Granberry wide open. Defense reached, and Granberry made him pay. And now a foul in the backcourt on Garcia as he tried to mark Vredenberg, bringing the ball up the floor. Granberry with 6 points here in this first quarter, helping lead the way on a 17-6 margin. 11-point lead for Willamette, their largest of the game. It'll be Vredenberg to walk the ball into the front court. Pass right side to Mendoza. Back around to the left side. They play pitch and catch. Ash gets it to Vredenberg. He makes a jump stop in the middle. Back out to Ash. Pulls up for the jumper from just inside the arc. Underneath, fight for the rebound. It's Hall that came down with it. He'll get it to Owens. who's going to bring it up the floor quickly here to the near side. Hands it off at Zumwalt on the left side, well beyond the perimeter. Tries to dribble drive. Hands off. Owens circles around top of the key, cut off, picks up the dribble, stuck there, tried to throw it away, and it will be a turnover on Willamette. So things starting to fall apart a little bit for the Wolverines here with some extra pressure from Roseburg, but the Indians haven't been able to really find a groove on the offensive side so far. Just the 6 points. Owen Bentia with 4 of them. Mendoza scoreless. He'll toss it out. Bentia will try the left side three. That's off the mark. Long rebound comes down for Cameron McCann. Owens walks it across through the center circle. Fires it away right side. Attacking to the top. Back to the left corner. And a pass too strong. Out of bounds off the hands of McCann from Granbury. Julian Lopez will come in. So does Caden Luther for Roseburg. Heading to the bench will be McCann for Willamette. Roseburg inbound from just at the end of their bench. Vredenberg runs the point out towards midcourt. Angles to the left side, back to the right, bounce it away, left elbow. Luther hands it off to Mendoza. A three, yes sir! Micah Mendoza will get the first 3 of the night for Roseburg. And they're back within 8. Still a ways to go here as we hit the final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Braden Long with it on the left side, out by the midcourt stripe. Dribbles around pressure to the far side. Pass it away. Zumwalt. Dribbles out to the top. Hands it back off to Long with 11 seconds. There's about a 2-second difference on the shot clock. Out at the top. Long drives, stops at the free throw line. 1 second on the shot clock. They throw it up, and no, they'll say that Willamette didn't get the shot off in time. A shot clock violation. 1 second left on the game clock. So we'll see where Roseburg decides to go with it here. Shot clock will be turned off here with just 1 second on the game clock for the first quarter. Vincent Ash will inbound it. Roseburg will run a play, get it to Mendoza, one dribble, throws it up. Oh, hit the back of the iron, no good. At the end of one, it is 17-9. Willamette in front of Roseburg. Strong start there for the Wolverines. We'll see if Roseburg can take control in the second quarter. Come back after a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Start the second quarter, Willamette basketball. They try to lob towards the rim, too far out of the reach for Zumwalt. Roseburg will get the takeaway. On the other side of the floor, Roseburg trying to cut into a 8-point deficit. A three from Micah Mendoza spins out, lips into the hands of Willamette. The Wolverines with the basketball. Braden Long with it out at the top, will hand it off. Circling around to the far side, it was Hall, gives it away. Zumwalt attacks in, finds the weak side open man, makes the pass through the defense, and the offensive success for Granbury continues. Berkeley Granbury makes it a 10-point game here early in the second quarter. Pass out to the top. Lopez fires it right side. Dribbling into the corner goes Ash, back out to Luther. He'll take it to the left side, hands it off. Mendoza straightaway three, pulls the trigger, no. Lopez, a long rebound. He'll fire from long range, no. Underneath, rebound pulled down by Willamette. They'll get it up the floor quickly. Out to the far side, a three by Zumwalt. That one halfway down, comes down to Granberry, and he continues to have a big night in the middle. Up the floor quickly for Roseburg. Granberry now with 10 in the game already, and there's 6.5 to go in the first half. Mendoza tries to muscle his way underneath, kicks to the far side. A rainbow three for Asher Friedenberg. He'll get his first of the night, and it is 21-12. On the right side, Zumwalt hands it off to Long. He'll fire the three from the right wing. Long rebound down in the corner. Luther saves it back in bounds. Another look for Willamette. An air ball in the middle and then a foul. Underneath, it was Granberry that got the rebound. 6:02 to go, second quarter. It's a 9-point ball game. Out of the game comes Granberry. Caden Luther picking up his first foul on that rebound. Inbound to the left corner, and an offensive foul called against Willamette. Setting an illegal screen. The block there, I believe, goes against Cole Newton, his first. One foul against both sides so far here in the second quarter. Lopez hands it off to Friedenberg, and now we're going to call an offensive on the other side. A push off by Asher Friedenberg gives the ball back to the Wolverines. Hey, tonight's game is brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Zumwalt inbounds on the near sideline. Bounce it in the backcourt for Owens. He'll race up the floor against Vincent Ash into the front court. Directing traffic out from the center circle. Hands it off. Owens lobs it to the far side. Back out to the top. They work it to the left side. Look for the baseline cutter underneath. Almost taken away, but fighting through the defense. Zumwalt able to get there in time. And he will put another two on the board for Willamette. Friedenberg hands it off out at the top for Lopez. To the right corner, Ash dribbles into the corner, bounces it underneath to Friedenberg. Couple of moves back and forth. He draws the whistle. So far, Roseburg just, it feels like, has not really been able to get into their offensive sets as much as they would like to do. Dr. Lance and Randall, a proud sponsor of Roseburg High Sports here on the Score, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call them at 541-378-6694. 23-12, Roseburg playing from behind so far. They led 2-0. And then after that, it's been Willamette overwhelming Roseburg. Friedenberg hits the first free throw, I should say. Second one coming, 5:12 to go in this first half. At the line, the right-handed shooter. Friedenberg, back of the iron. No, McCurdy with the board, gets it back, and Roseburg another look at it. Got it down to the left block. Bentia's shot came up a bit short. It's tipped out, and it'll stay with Roseburg. 23-13, 10-point ball game here. Friedenberg will get a breather. Roseburg with Michael Bosley into the game. Mendoza gets the ball right in the middle. Double team came. He's got to get rid of it here. We'll give it away. And they're going to call a 3-second in the key turnover by Roseburg. Down to 4:59 to go in the first half. Mendoza got it. Defense surrounded him. Nowhere to go with it, and he couldn't find a teammate to give it away to. Willamette with the basketball and the lead. Up by 10 here in the first half. Dribbling right side. Owens hands it off. Out at the top, Braden Long launches the three, and it rattles in. Knocks it through. Third three of the game for Braden Long. Driving, attacking in the middle, gets the defense to collapse, and on the other side, Julian Lopez gets his first of the night to answer. Cuts it down to a 10-point game. 13 was the largest lead of the game for Willamette. Hand off to Long. Attacks to the free throw lane. Stops in the lane. Back out. And a three. Battles around. And it is tipped out. Goes to McCurdy. Hands it off to Mendoza. Racing away from the defense. Lost his footing. And an offensive foul. Second in the game for Micah Mendoza. And Roseburg's just been playing with a little bit reckless abandon out there. It hasn't served them well. 3 fouls against the Indians here in the second quarter. That'll be Jaden Owens, who will walk the ball up towards the midcourt stripe into the front court. Angles to the right side. Tried to hand it off. He does. Almost taken away by Mendoza. Out to Long at the top. Left side. A three by Owens. That was by Hall. On the rebound, a whistle. The rebound came down to Bentia, and in the act of pulling that one in, he gets the whistle against Granberry, his first. Three fouls each side. Roseburg will bring the ball up. They've got to cut into this double-digit deficit. They've got this knack of finding themselves down by 10-plus in the first half. From the free throw line, Micah's shot, and that one off the back of the iron underneath. Bosley is called for the foul on the rebound attempt. Boy, the whistles have been coming quite a bit here in this first half. 3:36 to play. That's the fourth on Roseburg. 7 fouls, team fouls total between the two teams. Roseburg will send Lopez into the backcourt. A token full court press. Out at midcourt. Trying to dribble away from pressure is Caden Garcia. And timeout taken by Willamette. Timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. Let's go ahead and use 30 seconds of it as we'll take a quick break here from Willamette High School. Right now it is 26-16. Roseburg, work to do here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
.323 to go here in the first half. Roseburg trailing 26-16. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com. Call them at 541-459-1545. It'll be Willamette basketball after the timeout taken. Going to catch those up that are watching online. Willamette has used 2 here in this first half, so they'll have 3 remaining. Inbound from the far sideline, goes to the top of the key, attacking, left of the lane. Scoop shot, too strong, underneath. Arms flailing everywhere, and it's going to go against Granberry. He throws up his arms going, what did I do? I was just trying to pull in that rebound. Granberry fighting underneath with Caden Luther. The two of them had arms up in the air trying to pull that one in. Actually, it might have been Bosley underneath there. Luther on the bench right now. Lopez brings it up the floor. They work it to the right side for Bosley at the wing. Out to the top, Bentia attacking left side. Going to get whistled on the flop. Jacob Hall stepped in front. And Owen Bentia going to be whistled for the charge. As Jacob Hall expecting contact, and he went flailing backwards. Angling to the right side, Long, crossover. Stops, hands off, pass it away. Hall with it, out at the top. Draws back out towards the midcourt stripe. McCurdy marking him. Get it away to the right side for McCann. McCann back out to the top. Shot clock down to 9. Coming to get it, Hall on the right wing. Found a seam, goes in, and surprisingly no whistle on some contact. Fire up the floor, a touch pass, and a travel on Roseburg. Micah Mendoza, the pass was a bit too strong for him to handle, so he just tried to get a touchback back to Bosley, and Bosley whistled for the walk. They'll give the ball back to Willamette. Neither team has scored in a while. It's been a 10-point game for some time. Largest lead was 13 for the Wolverines. They have the basketball. Down to 2:24 to go here in the first half. Left side, Garcia with it at the wing against Lopez. Will dribble right hand to the top. Crossover, lost the defender, fires it up and knocks it down. Garcia will hit the three. Big shot there for the Wolverines, attacking in a whistle as Friedenberg tried to attack. Asher Friedenberg getting to the rim as he sliced through the defense, gets the whistle, and will head to the free throw line. That is the third foul already on Caden Garcia. He just hit that three. Asher Friedenberg back to the line, hits the first. Friedenberg, the only Roseburg player to go to the free throw stripe so far. Today's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Second free throw, Friedenberg hits them both. 29-18 your score. Roseburg trailing by 11, and a whistle out at the top of the arc. Call the foul on Friedenberg, a push. That'll be the second on Friedenberg, both of them here in this second quarter, and we've hit the bonus for both teams. It's been a lot of the whistles so far here tonight. At the free throw line, Jacob Hall hits the first. He's got 5 in the game. You've got Friedenberg leading the way for Roseburg with 8. Both free throws go in for Hall. 31-18, back to a 13-point game. Whistle on the other side. This will be against Willamette. We got free throws. Hold goes against Cameron McMahon. And at this rate, this game might very well take all night. Still got another game to go after this one. First free throw for Julian Lopez goes in. This is Roseburg basketball here on the score. KWRZ Canyonville on 92.3 FM and KSKR AM Roseburg on on 1490 AM. Both free throws go in for Julian Lopez. Makes it 31-20. Willamette in front. Long pass knocked away. Friedenberg going the other way up the floor. He'll lay it in. And Asher Friedenberg the steal and finish. And that is what Roseburg needs a little bit more of, trying to catch Willamette making some mistakes. Owens will get it on the left side as Roseburg amping up the defensive pressure a bit. One-hand push pass back out to the top. Attacking is Hall to the left side. And that is a three-pointer. That was McCann for 3. And Roseburg had cut it down to a 9-point game. Now it's back out to 12, trying to answer. A 3 on the other side. Counted, and a foul against Roseburg. So Bentia hit the 3. It'll make it back to a 9-point game, but McCann on the 3 on the other side. That was a big one there. And the whistle against Roseburg goes against McCurdy. Will pick up his first. So it was away from the basketball. The 3 does count. McCurdy then picks up the foul. 34-25. As mentioned, a 9-point game. 56 seconds to go. The officials conferring here. I didn't see what they called McCurdy for. The officials giving this one some contemplation. Tonight's game sponsored by Flyaway Travel. I think they might have been trying to figure out who was going to get to have the free throws. Cole Newton will go to the line. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leaders Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner in these complicated travel times. Call Flyaway at 672-5701. First of 2 free throws for Newton goes through. Second one coming up here. Second one spits back out. Bentia down with the rebound. That was Friedenberg with the rebound. He angled left side and a foul before Mendoza's able to get airborne. We'll call the foul against Jacob Hall. Well, this Willamette team averages just over 46 points per game. It's not even halftime yet, and they've already got 35. If you're doing the math at home, they're on pace right now for about 70 points. That's well above their average. Micah Mendoza, he's had a quiet start to the game, hits a free throw. Has one more coming for the lefty, and he makes them both. He's got 5 in the ball game. 35-27, down to an 8-point game. Closest Roseburg's been in a little while. And now an offensive foul way away from the ball. That foul came over here in the left corner. The basketball was out near midcourt all the way by the scorer's table. An illegal screen, I believe, set by, that's going to be McCann picking up his second. 40 seconds to go. Friedenberg's going to get it. He sprints into the front court, angles left side, got it to Mendoza. Out at the top, crossover, goes right, kicks to Lopez right side. Too long with the 3. Battle underneath for the rebound, and they're going to give it back to Roseburg. Underneath, Friedenberg trying to get position against Jacob Hall. They were both hand-checking to try and get back to the basketball. And Hall last to touch it. Roseburg will have it underneath their own basket. 29 seconds on the shot clock. 29 seconds on the game clock. Lob goes out to Mendoza. Braden Long just absolutely smacked him. It almost looked like Mendoza also might have traveled after the no call on the foul. So I guess maybe a little give and take there. Mendoza pass it away to Friedenberg. On the right side, Bentia with it. Gets it to McCurdy. 10 seconds. McCurdy, long jump stop. Got it to Mendoza. Runner is too strong. Down with it was Owens. A huck from beyond half court. Will not have a chance to go. And as we go to the break, it is Willamette 35, Roseburg 27. As we head to the halftime break here from the Wolverine Den in Eugene. Well, an interesting first half there. Roseburg struggles a bit offensively. Willamette goes a little quiet down the stretch of the second quarter, but they lead it by 8. Largest lead was 13 in that first half. We'll break down more of it for you when we come back for the halftime show. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back here from Eugene at Willamette High School on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Here at the halftime break, Roseburg girls out there getting warmed up. They've got the game coming up next as they'll take on the number 3 ranked Willamette Wolverines. We'll have that game for you coming up once we wrap up the boys game here from Eugene at the Wolverine Den. I'm Joey Kieran. Great to be with you here on this Friday night. Hopefully things are going well for you. Had a couple of technical glitches there early. I'm hoping that things have stabilized for everybody enjoying tonight's broadcast. If you're a fan of the Roseburg Indians, you might not be enjoying that first half so much. Roseburg trailed by double digits throughout a lot of it. They were down by as many as 13 at one point, but they managed to cut it back down to where it was at the end of the first quarter. Roseburg trailed 17-9 at the end of the first quarter. They were down by as many as 13 in the second, but got it back to an 8-point game to go to the halftime break here, down 35-27. Roseburg scored the first 2 points of the game on an Asher Vredenberg lay-in, and then it was quickly a run out by Willamette. I think an 8-0 run for the Wolverines, and they really got themselves a lead to work with. And Roseburg's been playing catch-up ever since. Taking a look at some of the team numbers here real quick in this one. For the Roseburg Indians, they had 4 3-pointers in the first half. And Roseburg ended up going 2, 4, 6, 7 for 8 at the free throw line in the first half of the ball game. On the other side for Willamette, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes in the first half of this one for the Wolverines. And 4 for 6 at the free throw line for the home team. That's a look at some of the team numbers. We'll come back and take a look at the individual numbers from the first half of tonight's ball game. Roseburg and Willamette squaring off in a Southwest Conference matchup. The Indians might have been thinking this could be an easy one for them here tonight. That is definitely not the case here at the moment. Going to have some work to do in the second half, trailing by 8. We'll come back and take a look at the individual numbers here at the halftime break. It's Roseburg down by 8 from Willamette High School here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Here on a Friday before Super Weekend in the NFL, don't forget we'll have coverage of Super Bowl 58 coming up for you right here on The Score. This Sunday, coverage from Westwood 1 gets underway at 11 o'clock. They will have a bunch of pregame coverage leading up to kickoff. The game is scheduled to kick off right around 3:30 on Sunday afternoon. Chiefs and Niners squaring off in Super Bowl 58. We'll have it for you here on The Score. Well, Roseburg looking for a super second half. They trail by 8 against the Willamette Wolverines. It'll be interesting to see how Coach Humphreys tries to draw up a second half plan. We've seen Roseburg do a nice job of attempting to overcome deficits at halftime in the second half. I'm kind of intrigued to hear what he has to say in the postgame show because I'm sure he's a little tired of having to watch his team have to come back in the second half. Let's take a look at first half numbers for Roseburg. With 10 points in the first half, Asher Vredenberg leading the way for the Indians, the only player in double figures. Owen Bentia had 7, and Julian Lopez and Micah Mendoza both with 5 in the first half. Leading rebounder by my tally so far is Owen Bentia with just 2. Roseburg did not necessarily do a great job on the glass. On the other side for Willamette, leading scorer in the ballgame with 10 points will be Berkeley Granberry, the sophomore big man underneath, has 5 two-pointers and has 10 points total, had 6 in the first quarter. 9 points for Braden Long on 3 three-pointers. Then you had 6 points in the game for Jacob Hall, 3 points for Cole Zumwalt, 3 for Cameron McCann and Caden Garcia as well, and 1 point in the game for Cole Newton. That is your first half scoring. Remember, stick around for the post-game show when we will recap how the game played out for us here tonight. We will name your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for the Roseburg Indians. So stay around for that and make sure to stop by Mountain Mike's to pick up something to eat when you're at home watching the games on the big screen. That's Mountain Mike's at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. And if you're looking for something to pick up for the weekend, I would suggest Mountain Mike's not a bad place to go to get some game day grub. Also in the postgame show, we will recap the rebounding action. And that is to find out who tonight's in the paint rebound leader is. That's brought to you by Colorcraft, the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County. When it's time for you to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft, they're a paint store, not a paint department. Third quarter action for us. Roseburg now moving right to left on your radio dial. They'll be on the hoop here in front of us as we're in the corner at Willamette High School. Cutter coming through. That is Owen Bentia, and the fouling will start early here in the third quarter. First foul of the second half goes against Willamette. It'll go against Braden Long, his first. Roseburg will inbound from the underneath their own basket, out to the top. Bentia catch, drives, got airborne, gets the pass away to Vredenberg, tries to step around the defender. He gets around Jaden Owens, and Roseburg will get the first points of the second half. They had the first points of the first half, so we'll see how that works out for them. They cut it down to a 6-point game on the 2 by Vredenberg. He's got 12 in the ballgame. Long pass across the floor from the left corner of 3, short. Vredenberg comes down with the rebound. He's going to push the action up the floor into the middle, slices to the right, lost the handle on the basketball, and it is a takeaway for the Wolverines. Owens will give it away. You've got Braden Long on the floor, along with Jaden Owens, Jacob Hall, Berkeley Granberry, And Cole Zumwalt out there for the Wolverines. Zumwalt will get it in the left corner. He already tried the three earlier, didn't get it to go. He'll pass it away to Granberry. Worked on by McCurdy, got around McCurdy, got baseline. His shot just didn't want to fall. That was a nifty acrobatic shot, almost got it to go. On the other end, it's Julian Lopez fighting through traffic, gets the bucket and the foul. He'll go to the line for the three-point play. Andy McCurdy with the rebound, got it up the floor quickly, and Julian Lopez able to attack. Draws the foul against Braden Long. He picks up his second quickly, and the three-point play is good for Lopez. And Roseburg is back within 3. And now a whistle on the other side. 6:39 to go here in the third quarter. We've already had 3 fouls called total. We've counted off not even a minute and a half. Foul was called against McCurdy, his second. On the sideline over there, and it'll be Roseburg basketball. Fighting for it was Vredenberg and Hall. And Vredenberg got up wondering why he wasn't going to get a whistle for a little bit of rough action trying to fight for that loose ball. The official instead will just give Roseburg the possession. 6:32 and counting here in the third quarter. Circling to the rim, fighting through contact, goes to the ground. Mendoza will get it in. And Roseburg back within 1. They start out the third quarter on a rally. Down by 8. They've started out on a 7-0 run. A whistle on the other side. So not too shabby here for Roseburg as they've come out and look like the better team. Kind of what they were hoping to do in the first half. Foul, though, committed. It's the third on McCurdy. He picks up 2 quickly here in the third quarter. And Berkeley Granberry will go to the line where he misses the front end. Roseburg basketball brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Second free throw is good. First points of the second half come on that free throw by Granberry. Roseburg up the floor quickly. Hand off into the corner. Bentia driving. Found Vincent Ash on the weak side. Ash banks it off the glass. Gets the whistle. He goes to the line for the three-point play. We are tied on that bucket by Vince. Ash gets his first points of the ball game. He just had come into the game for McCurdy, who sits down with his 3 fouls. And Ash will have a chance to give Roseburg their first lead since it was 2-0. Ash can't get the free throw, and then a whistle on Friedenberg on the rebound. So Roseburg ties it up with 6:06 to go in the third quarter. At 36 all. Roseburg putting pressure on in the backcourt. Willamette will break it. Going to the rim. A whistle. Blocking foul against Bentia. 2-shot foul for Jaden Owens. And Roseburg's bench up. Can't believe they didn't get that call. It'll be Owen Bentia to pick up the foul. That will be the second on Bentia. 4th team foul against Roseburg already here in this third quarter. And we are 2 minutes exactly into it. There's already been 7 fouls. At the free throw line, Owens launches up and bricks the first one. That one clanked off the iron hard. You could hear it all the way from here. Second free throw coming. Owens will take his time at the line. The senior misses on the second. It's Friedenberg down with the rebound. And Roseburg will have it, looking for their first lead since the start of the ball game. Bentia holds on the left wing. Out to the top of the key. Mendoza attacks, spins back to his right, kicks out to Friedenberg. He drives in. Airborne. Scoop shot. It doesn't fall. And the rebound comes down to Willamette. Back to the top for Owens. Kicks it right side to Braden Long. Long to the free throw line. Pass through the defense attacking. Zumwalt stops back out. They'll reset in the half court with 19 on the clock. Driving left side and another whistle. And that puts Willamette into the bonus early here in this third quarter. 5:21 still to go in the period, and Willamette will have an opportunity to really put some points on the board at the free throw line. It's Braden Long at the stripe. Deep knee bend, and he fires it through. And he puts Willamette back in front. Second one coming. The foul was against Owen Bentia. 2 free throws go through for Willamette. Braden Long now into double figures. Ash will dribble right side, lobbed it over the top. 3 defenders on Asher Vredenberg, and he'll draw the whistle. The foul makes it 4 in the quarter against Willamette. At least it seems to be mostly even, that both teams are getting whistled frequently. Inbound goes to Bentia. He attacks from the left side, tries to go around the defender. Scoop shot, no, underneath. Rebound tracked down by Owens in the corner. So he was able to poke it away from Mendoza. Willamette will bring it up the floor, drawing back out. Zumwalt resets it on the right side. Gets it to Hall. Between the leg dribble, right side into the corner for Long. Long, spin around move. Draws it back out on the right side, and he gets a 5-second count. Too much dribbling. Turnover by the Wolverines. 38-36 the score here in the third quarter. 4:44 to go in the period. Willamette in front by 2. They've led by as many as 13. Roseburg made it an 8-point game at halftime. And they started out this third quarter strong. Look for the baseline cutter. Bentia's pass taken away. Willamette will get it back. They've done a nice job of stealing the basketball away from Roseburg. Attacking right side, pulling it back out. Owens gets it to Long. Left-hand dribble out to the top. Hall picks it up. We'll set him up in the half court here. 18, he looks to attack. He drives in, puts it too strong off the backboard. Ash with the rebound up the floor to Lopez. Draws the whistle, can't get it to fall. And Lopez will be heading to the free throw line. Vincent Ash with the look ahead. Off there the rebound. He just spun and found Lopez leaking up the floor, and he whipped it up that direction pretty quick. Sends Julian Lopez to the free throw line. He hit one earlier for the three-point play here in this period. He knocks down the first on this trip to the line. Gets Roseburg back within 1. Second free throw is good. Ties us back up. 38 all. 4:05 to go third quarter. Roseburg has made up the deficit. Ball tipped out of bounds out of the hands of Jacob Hall, but last touch by Roseburg stays with the Wolverines. Willamette will have it on their own baseline. Long will trigger the inbound play. And the ball over his head, looking right, looking left, holding, lobs out to the top. Lopez putting pressure on Owens, who tracks it down. Dribbles back to his right, has to retreat back out. Lopez right on top of him. Left-hand dribble to the free throw line for Zumwalt. Short pass to Owens. He fires one up, just pushed that at the rim. Mendoza there for the rebound, but he tried to dribble away from pressure, and it's poked away. Willamette will get a second look, and it's Hall to lay it in. And back in front goes Willamette, but on the other side, it's Asher Vredenberg that will rally Roseburg back to tie it up at 40 all. Vredenberg with the quick point. After that second look for the Wolverines. Attacking right side, Owen stops, gets it to Hall, pulls up for the mid-range jumper way too long, and missed everything. Goes over the rim into the hands of Micah Mendoza. Mendoza going to attack left side, gets right underneath the basket, trapped on the baseline, out on a low pass to Bentia. He puts up a mid-range jumper from 12. No. Ash with the rebound. He'll go back up. His shot, no. Gets his own rebound as it's tipped to him. And Roseburg will have another look with it. Vredenberg with the basketball. He takes it right side, bounce it into the left blocks to Mendoza, working against Zumwalt, and a travel call. Zumwalt with a forearm in the back of Micah Mendoza, trying to push him off the blocks. And Micah tried to pick up the basketball, make a move, and gets called for shuffling the feet. Garcia will check into the game for Hall. Hall checks out of the game with 6, make that 12 points. Sorry, let's go with 10 points in the game for Jacob Hall. On the left side, Garcia takes it to the free throw line. Short pass to Owens. Zumwalt gets it straight away 3 from the top of the arc. That is Zumwalt for 3. And Willamette hits a big 3 to put him back up on top 43-40. Roseburg has not been able to get the lead, but they've battled back to tie it here in this third quarter. They've had a couple of chances to get the lead. Friedenberg, his first attempt no good, gets his own rebound and gets the putback bucket. Roseburg still down though, trailing by 1. Attacking on the right side is Garcia, and a whistle on Vincent Ash as he gets called for the hand check. And it'll be free throws here for Garcia. Ash will pick up his second. Both teams are in the bonus. At the line will be Garcia to shoot 2. He has not been to the stripe yet tonight. Going to have some substitutions coming in after the first free throw for Roseburg. Tonight's game brought to you by More Well Drilling, specializing in residential well drilling and available for commercial projects too. Call now to get maybe not right now, but call them at 541-580-5660 for a free estimate. First free throw does go through for Garcia. Granberry back into the game for Willamette. Roseburg has McCurdy back into the game. Garcia hits both of his free throws. And Roseburg with the basketball, trailing by 3. Willamette has now hit their scoring average here in the third quarter with 1:40 to go. Left side, fire across the floor by Mendoza. McCurdy had it in the corner, dribbles it out, looks underneath to Friedenberg, double team, and they call a travel again. Asher looked like he just tried to step around a defender, gets called for the walk. A chance to extend it to a 2-possession game here for Willamette before we go to the fourth quarter. Down to 1:20 to go. A lot of dribbling out at the top. Hall will attack it left side. Pass across the floor. Right side 3 is short. And Friedenberg's the one to come down with the rebound. Had a defender falling all over him. Going to go coast to coast. The finger roll will dance on the iron and fall through. A player hurt on the floor. After that coast-to-coast action for Asher Friedenberg, we get an injury timeout. Let's go ahead and take a quick 30-second break as well as we deal with the injured player for Willamette on the floor. Back after this timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller? When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
.66 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 45-44 after that coast-to-coast lay-in by Asher Friedenberg. Roseburg gets back within 1 again. It was Cole Zumwalt that was on the ground. He walked himself to the bench. We'll see if his ankle is okay. Got tangled up and went to the ground and was laying there in some pain out at midcourt. Garcia bounces it underneath. Granberry from right underneath the basket. No, got his own rebound, goes up, draws a foul. 47 seconds to play in the period, and Berkeley Granberry, who has had a nice night, will go to the line. He is 1 for 2 at the line so far tonight. First free throw is off the mark, off the right iron for Granberry. Second one coming. Second one, wide stance for the sophomore. And he remains 50% at the line as he hits 1 out of 2. 46-44. And up the floor, Friedenberg just lost the handle, taken away by Willamette. Braden Long, high off the glass, lays it in. A 2-pointer. Mendoza attacking, and it's going to be a foul against Willamette. And Mendoza on the ground for a little bit here. He'll get up. 4-point ball game. He's got a chance to cut that in half. I've given both sides more points than apparently they've earned here in this third quarter in my scorebook, somehow. It's not often I have extra points. Usually I am short on points, and somehow I've either that or my math is just not mathing. So far here in the third quarter, Roseburg with 17 points, Willamette with 13. First free throw goes through for Mendoza. Got 32 seconds left in this third quarter. So the shot clock will be turned off after this next free throw here. Mendoza. That one lips out. Rebound underneath for Willamette. It's Hall with the board. He's going to walk it up. Weaves his way up the floor, holds out near the center circle. He'll let the clock wear down and hold for the final shot here in the third quarter. Down to 15 seconds, angles right side against McCurdy. Draws it back out, pass it away. Long, step back three in the corner, fires it up, and rains it through. I'm not sure, they stopped play for some reason. There's 4 seconds still on the clock after the three by Braden Long. It's 51-45. Ash will get it to Lopez. 4, 3, 2, 1. A three at the buzzer, almost drops in. We're at the end of three quarters, and Roseburg still trailing against Willamette. Had a chance for the lead, never could get it, and they trail by 6. They cut into it a bit, but still down. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, come back to wrap up the ballgame here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
I've always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Fourth quarter here from Eugene. The Willamette Wolverines making this one a ball game. Roseburg won by 31 at home against the Wolverines the first meeting. They're down by 6 to start the fourth quarter. Willamette will have the basketball. They're moving left to right on your radio dial. A miss by Garcia. Rebound pulled down by Andy McCurdy. Mendoza will bring it into the front court up the near sideline. Lopez picks it up at the free throw line, lobs it into the near corner for Mendoza. He fires a cross-court pass to Ash on the left side. McCurdy comes to get it out at the top. He'll dribble left side, gets it to Mendoza, around a screen, stops at the free throw line, bodies on the floor, double team on Mendoza, and a whistle. So we reset things here in the fourth quarter. That'll be the first foul against Willamette. The foul goes against Zumwalt. He's got 3. Micah Mendoza has got 7 points, make that 8 points in the ball game. Been tough scoring for him, getting a lot of attention. Inbound from the baseline. Mendoza gets it into Lopez, launches a three. That one clanked off the mark, but the long rebound tipped out to Mendoza. Roseburg will get a second look. Micah gets underneath, tried to wrap it from underneath the backboard and gets a whistle. Mendoza was he was so far underneath the basket, he hit the underside of the backboard as he tried to flip it up at the rim. That'll send Mendoza to the free throw line. Second foul here in the fourth quarter for the Wolverines. Third on Jacob Hall. First free throw will not go for Mendoza. Second free throw here from Micah. He's missed two in a row now. He hits that one to snap the streak. 5-point game, 51-46. Roseburg trailing against Willamette. Zumwalt dribbling right side, draws back out, gets it to Hall out at the top. A couple of crossovers here against McCurdy. Finds an open man underneath, but it's tipped away by Vredenberg. Bentia comes up with it, gets it back to Asher. Asher up the floor, goes right into the defender, called for the charge. So turnover again on Roseburg. That is the fourth foul on Asher Vredenberg. Caden Luther will come in for Vredenberg. Willamette basketball, they've got the lead, control this one, trying to salt away the clock and pull off their first conference win. In the corner, Long dribbles back out to the top. And another 5-second count on Braden Long. And he's surprised. I am too. Owen Bentia, a couple of hooping and hollering as he celebrates getting the turnover. That honestly felt like a quick 5 count, but they call it against Long. I was not expecting that to be the whistle. Bentia drives in, and he's going to get called for the offensive foul. And that's going to be number 4 on Owen. A lot of bodies hitting the floor for Willamette in this one here tonight. Here's somebody from the far, somebody somewhere, stop calling it. Roseburg fans in attendance trying to convince the refs that these are flops and not charges. Inbound to Owens, gets it right back to Zumwalt, who will bring it up the floor. Down to 6:20 to go in the ball game. Still a lot of time, and a timeout taken by Willamette. We're going to go ahead and take it as well. Well, it could be an interesting finish to this one. Roseburg down by 5, 51-46. We'll take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
.6:15 and counting out of the timeout taken by Willamette. We'll correct our scoreboard for those watching online. The online stream brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Owens with it out at the top for Willamette. They have the lead and the basketball. Owens works it right side. Long will find an open look at a three. That one off the left iron. Granberry, big rebound underneath. He had his shot redirected by Mendoza underneath. Up the floor, it's Lopez tries on the wraparound, and it's Zumwalt that comes away with the block. A couple of defensive stops on both sides of the floor. Stays a 5-point game, 51-46. Hall holds on the right side, gets it away to Owens. Long comes to get it on the right wing. Find the cutter, but missed on an easy lay-in for Hall. Roseburg down with the rebound, looking to capitalize. Baseline left side, and Lopez misses one easily underneath. That was a bit more contested, but it was from right at the rim, and Lopez couldn't finish it. Vredenberg set to check in at the next dead ball for Roseburg. Still a 5-point game, nearing the 5-minute mark here in the fourth. Granberry gets an easy catch, and the hook shot falls short. McCurdy comes down with the rebound, and now a whistle out near midcourt. Mendoza's going to draw the foul on that one. The clock stops with 4:54 to go in the ball game. Foul goes against Zumwalt. He'll check out of the game, and McCann will come back in. McCurdy will inbound from the far sideline. Mendoza fires one quickly to Bentia. Bentia gets it to Vredenberg. He tried to go with the wraparound underneath, and he gets hammered. And Asher Vredenberg will head to the free throw line. Tonight's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Vredenberg with 18 in the ball game. Asher will head back to the free throw line and hits another one. Asher is 4 for 5 at the stripe with that make. Second one coming. Spins the ball in his right hand. Will set up after a couple of dribbles. Looks for the second free throw and gets it. 3-point ball game after the two made free throws for Asher Vredenberg. Into the front court. Long has it across the floor to the right side for McCann. Marked by Mendoza. Back out to the top. They work at the left side into the corner. Owens draws it out. Push pass out to the top. Trying to fight through a screen, and Roseburg's going to get whistled. Bentia trying to clear through Cole Newton. Gets whistled for the foul, and that looks like number 5 on Owen Bentia. And so Bentia is going to be sent to the sideline. And Roseburg will have to make a substitution. Bentia will foul out. He's going to finish the game with 7 points. We're going to get a technical foul call. Coach Humphreys, I think, has picked up the technical. And I think they're going to call a technical on Coach Humphreys for not substituting for Owen Bentia fast enough. Braden Long will hit the free throw. One more coming on the technical free throw. Long will get them both. That could be big. Back to a 5-point game. And Willamette will keep the basketball. Vincent Ash will check in for Bentia. .4:29 to go in the ball game. Willamette will have the basketball. The officials will head to the scorers table for some sort of explanation to those running things over there. Both teams with 4 fouls. Roseburg with 5 timeouts left. Willamette with just 2. The official still talking with Jordan Humphreys. I guess about something to do with that last, an explanation on the technical foul there. While we all wait for play to continue. Roseburg down by 5. Air kind of sucked out of the gym here for the Indians at the moment. The home crowd really not doing a lot, although with the basketball right now, the Wolverines, but been kind of a quiet atmosphere in the gym here tonight. Out at the top, Hall brings it back out. Drawing things down, going to attack against Mendoza, getting close to that 5 count. Oh, no, they waved it off. They have tried to give and go. It's taken away by Roseburg. Up the floor for Ash. Defense behind him. Will swat that way out of the hand there for Vincent Ash. He'll head to the free throw line. And Roseburg will try to cut into the deficit here at the stripe. Vincent Ash with 2 points in the ball game. Misses the front end. Roseburg basketball tonight also brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. We're about at the midway point here in this fourth quarter. Ash will have another look at it here. And the right-handed shooter hits the second. So he is 1 for 3 at the stripe. Makes it a 4-point game, and a timeout taken by Roseburg down on the court. Roseburg trailing in this one 53-49. It feels like on the road not very happy with some of the calls tonight, but they've found themselves in a deficit, and they are trying to work their way back in this one. Roseburg's done a nice job to cut it down, but they have not led since it was 2-0 early in the contest. Actually, to start the game, it was 2-0. That was Roseburg's only lead of the ball game. They've tied it up a couple of times here in the second half, but they have not been able to grab a lead. Not even a 1-point lead for a brief moment. The best they've done is tie it back up. Girls game coming up next, so make sure you stick around. For those that are watching online, we will end the broadcast for the boys game and start a new one for the girls game. For those that are watching on our 541 radio page at 1490 The Score. On the Score homepage there, you can just close out of this broadcast. The girls game broadcast is embedded on that page. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, just head back to the main page for our station, and you will find the girls broadcast posted up there when that gets started and going. Still got about 4 minutes to go in this one. Roseburg trying to close it out and get a road win in conference, but they've got to come back. They trail by 4. Braden Long with it on the right side. Pass away out to the top to Hall. Willamette content to play keep away here in this one. Hall out at the top. A lot of dribbling. Will dribble left side. Attacks against Lopez. High off the glass, no. Long rebound pulled down by Ash. Up the floor at the rim. Micah Mendoza will finish. Roseburg within 2. Long facing a little bit of pressure as he gets to the midcourt stripe. Fired away. Roseburg fans wanted a whistle. Might have been a travel call. I didn't quite catch it. Driving right side. Long hands it back off to Owens. And again, just willing to let the clock wear down here. Down to 3 minutes to go in the ball game. It's a 2-point contest, 53-51. Long right side. Fakes right, goes left, puts up a tough shot. Rebound down to Lopez. Then Owens gets his hands in there to tie it up. The possession arrow will go to Roseburg. So Roseburg will have the ball, a chance to tie or take the lead. Down by 2. Roseburg used a timeout earlier, so we'll get that one updated on the scoreboard there for those watching online. 2:51 to play here in this one. Vredenberg's going to bring it up through the center circle. Angles to the right side. Keeps it himself. Drives in. Hangs in the air. The bucket won't fall, but Asher Vredenberg gets a chance to go to the free throw line to tie this one up. Roseburg trying to finish the game strong. Trailing by 2 with 2:42 to go in the contest. Vredenberg at the line. He has got, let's see here, 20 points in the ball game. Leading scorer for Roseburg. And he'll get 2 shots coming up here. Asher, the senior, hits the first. He's got a real nice arc to his shot. He's just got that usually pretty dialed in. Chance to tie it up here. Second free throw, nothing but nylon. And we got a tie ball game. Roseburg sticking with it. They find their way back into this one. Willamette has gone to prevent defense here basically, but with their offense, trying to just wear down the clock. And it has not worked in their favor. Trying to attack. Zumwalt will hand it off to Owens. He draws back out. 8 feet beyond the right wing. He drives in, had it stripped out of his hands by Lopez. Out of bounds, goes back to Willamette. Kind of looked like Lopez knocked it free. Owens tried to get it back, and he was the one that knocked it out. That's at least what Roseburg's trying to claim. Officials saw it differently. Tie ball game 53-53 with 2:17 and counting. Driving to the free throw line, Zumwalt working against Ash, pulls up for the mid-range, misses everything, well short. Mendoza with the board. Roseburg a chance to try and take their first lead since the start of the game. Driving in, the finger roll off the back iron for Vredenburg, and the rebound down to the Wolverines. Another missed opportunity for the Indians. Down to 1:50 to go in the ball game. Owens with it. Hall, and a 5-second count again. That is the third one tonight against Willamette. A 5-second call. And Coach Chad Carpenter for Willamette trying to get a bit of an explanation there on the call. We got substitutions, timeout taken down on the floor, it looks like. I didn't see who the timeout was for, but we'll get that all sorted out. It's a Roseburg timeout. And we're going to take one as well. Let's take a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
1:44 left to go in this contest. Roseburg outscoring Willamette 8-2 so far here in the fourth quarter. Before we get back to the action, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for a station identification. This is Roseburg basketball here on the Score. Roseburg basketball out of the timeout, looking to try and take their first lead since it was 2-0. Out at the top, Ash straight away between the circles will give it right side to Mendoza. He passes across the top to the left corner. Ash back to Vredenburg. He'll angle right side, hands it off to Mendoza. He pulls it back out with 14 on the shot clock. Tries to drive right side, gets the bucket and a foul, and Roseburg's got the lead. Micah Mendoza gets the 2, has a chance at the and 1, and the Indians are in front 55-53. It comes with 1:19 to go in the contest. The and 1 falls through, and Roseburg has a 3-point advantage. Trying to hand Willamette its 9th consecutive loss and keep the Wolverines winless in conference play. Owens will draw it out. Pass away right side. Hall, he went right into, they're going to call it an offensive. Hall lowered the shoulder into Vincent Ash. And that's been a call on the other side multiple times against Roseburg. And this time it goes against the Wolverines. Roseburg will get the ball back. That foul is the 5th against Willamette, so we're into the bonus for Roseburg. 1:02 to go in the contest, and the Indians will use another timeout. Let's get one more 30-second in here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churs. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
(56-53). Roseburg's largest lead of the game at 3 points here. And their first lead since it was 2-0 to start out the ball game. They'll have the basketball out of the timeout. Both teams with 2 left. Roseburg into the bonus. Mendoza fires it right side. Lopez takes it into the corner. McCurdy will get it to the top. They work it to Mendoza left side. He'll send it across the floor into the right corner. Ash looking underneath for Friedenberg. It's not there. He doesn't have his dribble. Has to bounce it away out to the top. Lopez comes to help. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Friedenberg, stutter step out at the top, drives in, hanging in the air, had his shot swatted away by Hall. It's a chance to tie it on a made three, and a foul out near midcourt. No, a timeout taken by Willamette before Jacob Hall was knocked to the floor trying to get a pass away before he went over and back. Willamette will use the timeout. They'll have one more left. Let's set the scene for you here. 26 seconds left on the game clock. It's a 3-point game. Willamette's got 3-point shooters. Let's add up the numbers here in this one. Willamette does not have a field goal here in the fourth quarter. They've got 2 free throws, and that's it. They've been outscored in this one so far, 11-2. They've got 2 3-pointers in the second half for 7 in the ball game. Roseburg's done most of their damage at the free throw line here in the fourth quarter as well. And the Indians have not made a 3-pointer in the second half, so they still have the 4 from the first half. Roseburg still has 1 foul to give with 26 seconds left in the regulation. Out of the timeout here, Roseburg will have Luther, Ash, Mendoza, McCurdy, and Friedenberg on the floor. Remember, Owen Bentia has fouled out of the game. For Willamette, they've got Hall, Long, Owens, Garcia, and Zumwalt out on the floor. Roseburg's fans getting into it here, making some noise. Inbound comes from the near sideline. It will be Hall to inbound, lobs it into the backcourt. Shot clock turned off. Willamette can hold for the game-tying 3, and it looks like that's what they might do. Long gets it left side. He'll throw up a desperation 3, and he banks it in! 12 seconds to go, still time. Roseburg could use a timeout. We got a tie ball game at 56 all, and the Indians will call timeout. I'm not sure how Braden Long got that one to fall. That was a friendly roll here at home, but the senior sharpshooter gets this one tied, and we've got 7 seconds left in the ball game. Roseburg will have 1 timeout left, so if they get trapped trying to inbound it, they'll have a timeout they could take. Oh, man, that ball, it was a desperation fall-away 3 for Long with a hand in his face. It banked off the glass, hit the front of the iron, bounced up off the back of the iron, and then finally fell through. That ball had quite the wild adventure before it dropped in as Willamette looks for their first win in conference play. We're all tied at 56 all. We'll see if Roseburg can win it in regulation. 7 seconds on the clock. Got to imagine they might be looking for probably either going to be Friedenberg or Mendoza, going to be the 2 guys to look for. A little wild card, maybe Julian Lopez open for a corner 3. Inbound goes to Mendoza. Clock starts, 6 seconds. He attacks left side, draws a double team, and he walked. Tried to back his way in with 2 guys on him and help try to clear some guys away for a shooter behind him, and he just didn't keep his feet planted. And so Willamette will have the basketball with 2 seconds on the clock. And they called their final timeout to draw up what they hope will be a game-winning play. If they can't make it, we head to overtime. Whew. Well, winning on the road, never easy in conference play, and that theory being proven tonight. So stick around. We'll see what happens here. We're either going to have a post-game show to recap or we're going to OT. We'll see what happens. Out of the timeout. It's going to have to be a long shot here because the inbound is going to be coming from the baseline underneath the Roseburg basket. So Willamette has the full length of the floor to go with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Excuse me, 2 seconds on the game clock. It'll be Mendoza marking the inbounder, which is Garcia. He'll inbound it here on the near side. We'll fire it in. The ball tipped. It goes out of bounds. The clock never started. So that's... should have at least started. Mendoza touched it. The officials looking to confirm. I would think maybe 1 second on the clock. I don't know if they've got fractions of a second here. They're not going to take any time off the clock. Inbound for Hall. Going to lob it up the floor. Catch. Zumwalt. Turnaround shot. No. And we are heading to overtime. So back in the studio, Connor, let's just play some extra spots, replay some of the stuff we've already played as we go to OT for the first time, at least in a broadcast this season. We go to an extra period. Tied at 56. We'll see what's up in store for us when we come back after a 30-second break. Let's go ahead and just take a quick 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Thank you.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller? When businesses were local and gave back to the community? At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Four minutes on the clock. We get an overtime period. There's been games that I haven't been to this season for Roseburg. Some of the stuff over the Christmas holiday when I was out on some vacation time. So I don't know. I can't, off the top of my head, remember if they had any overtime games in any of those. But this will be the first overtime game I've seen for Roseburg this year. The Indians will try to avoid giving up a road loss. And Willamette looking for their first win of conference play. They retip it here. It's won by the Wolverines. They continue to go left to right on your radio dial. Out at the top with it is Owens. He'll pass it away to Hall. Zumwalt will get it. Looks for the cutter. They tried to feed it to Long. It's taken away by Vredenberg. He'll pass it left side. Mendoza gets baseline, uses the glass, and Micah gets two to start off the overtime period and put Roseburg in front. Roseburg overcoming an 8-point halftime deficit. Had a lead late, but a desperation magical three by Braden Long got Willamette to overtime. Owens finds an open man at the free throw line. Open in the corner. Garcia a three. That one high, rebound, and a foul called against Zumwalt. And that'll be his fifth as he was trying to battle over the top of Andy McCurdy and gets whistled for the foul. And the fouls remain from the fourth quarter, so that puts Roseburg was already in the bonus, so they will have free throws here. Oh, it was Friedenberg? So they're going to put Friedenberg at the line. I thought it was McCurdy that was the one to draw the whistle. Friedenberg at the line, puts up the first shot. No. 58-56 is where it'll stay. Friedenberg's been pretty good at the line, but he misses that one. Second free throw coming. Second free throw goes through. It's a 3-point game for Roseburg. Right side, Owens drives, picks up the dribble at the elbow, pass back out. Garcia has it. He'll angle right side, finds Long. He's a catch and shoot three guy. No, Mendoza down with the rebound. Up the floor. Mendoza on the right wing, going to attack in. He gets the finger roll in. And Roseburg with another two. They're up by 5, their largest lead of the game. Out at the top, driving to the free throw line, and a whistle will stop play. The foul will go against Andy McCurdy, picks up his 4th. And with 2:34 to go in the overtime period, Roseburg leading 61-56. And at the line will go Caden Garcia to try and get the first points of the overtime period. And he misses the front end. Garcia was 2 for 2 at the line before that miss. Willamette was held to just 5 points in the fourth quarter. Second free throw does finally drop in for Garcia as it spun around on the iron. Up the floor to the near side, handoff Mendoza. He's had a nice overtime period with 4 so far. Driving in, circling around and into the middle of the lane. Drawing a whistle. Friedenberg will go back to the free throw line. So Asher Friedenberg will fire up the first one. Boy, he's missed the front end. Second free throw coming in as he missed the first, 61-57. And the second one no good for Friedenberg. Been really good at the line, misses a couple there. Up the floor, 4-point game. And a 3 made by Hall. Makes it a 1-point ball game. Roseburg pulled ahead by a comfortable margin, but they've let Willamette back into it. They come out to pressure. Mendoza cutting left side, trying to get around the defender, draws a whistle. They called a technical foul on Mendoza for the dunk after the continuation here. Oh my goodness. I don't like to be critical of the officials. But so it's going to be free throws for Mendoza because of the foul, and then is there a technical foul assessed afterwards? They call the foul on McCann, and then a technical foul. Yeah. McCann picks up his 3rd. Mendoza goes to the line. And he misses the front. Mendoza was trying to get the angle to the rim. Yeah, the whistle came as he was cutting to the iron, but kind of was one of those continuation type plays. you would have thought they wouldn't have necessarily whistled, but apparently him dunking the basketball in the act of the actual game is excessive. So the other end of the floor we go. It's Braden Long for free throws, and he'll hit the first. It's 62-61, and a chance to tie it here for Long. He will. And the home crowd finally getting into it. Overtime tied at 62, and with the technical foul, it will be Willamette basketball. They inbound in front of the student section. Lob it in, out towards the midcourt stripe. McCurdy marking against Garcia. Chance to take the lead. We're inside 2 minutes here, and the ball tipped out of bounds by Roseburg. And it'll stay with Willamette. Inbound from the near sideline. Owens has it. Around a screen, right side, Long dribbles it back out. A lot of fancy dribbling, getting close to that 5 count. He'll launch up a 3. It's off the right iron. Long rebound comes out to Willamette underneath. The ball knocked away, and then a foul against the Wolverines. It's Friedenberg drawing the whistle. He'll walk the other direction. Minute 24 to go here in overtime. We are tied at 62, and Asher Friedenberg has a chance to try and tie it. Or, excuse me, give Roseburg the lead. Asher Friedenberg at the free throw line. Friedenberg just missed 2 at the free throw line, so he'll try to correct that here. He does. He hits the first. Gives Roseburg the lead back. Second free throw coming. The senior trying to give Roseburg the 2-point advantage. And he does. Perfect at the line that trip for Friedenberg. 64-62, a minute 20 to play here in the overtime period. Racing into the front court goes Jaden Owens. The senior draws it back out. Minute 12 and counting. Lost the handle, gets back to it. Fire across the floor. Left side, Hall with it. Working against Ash. He gets a screen. Now they switch off. It's Mendoza on Hall. Hall's going to drive left side. That looked like a travel. It is. Turnover. So it'll go to Roseburg after the travel call, and the Indians will take a timeout. Let's go ahead and use a 30-second timeout here. We'll take the quick break. Roseburg up by 2 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
(64-62) here in overtime. Working with Connor McLean back in the studio. Connor, if you can in my ear, just let me know if we were in live or auto mode on that one there for you. Okay. 57 seconds to go in the overtime period. Roseburg leading by 2 after a pair of free throws by Asher Friedenberg. Roseburg will have the basketball after a travel call against Willamette. And up the floor will come Asher Friedenberg into the front court as Roseburg tries to finish off a win on the road in a hard-fought game against the Willamette Wolverines. Left side, Friedenberg into the corner, back out to Ash, and he travels. Roseburg's just it was early. They've done a nice job of staying with it and getting back into the game, but they've just committed a lot of sloppy turnovers and mistakes. And that is what has allowed this game to really stay pretty close. Up the floor, weaving to the top of the key, handoff to Owens, back to the left side for the Wolverines. A chance to take the lead on a three by Long. It rims off, and Friedenberg comes down with the rebound. Up the floor, Roseburg gets it to Mendoza on the right sideline. Splits through the defenders, and Willamette's looking to foul to conserve the clock. And that's going to send Micah Mendoza to the free throw line, where the senior will try to extend this 2-point lead. It was Braden Long on a desperation three just before the final horn that tied the game. He tried to hit one there on the last possession for Willamette that would have given them a lead, but it clanked off the left iron. At the free throw line, Micah Mendoza. Second trip to the stripe here in the overtime period. He's already got 5 in the period, looking to add to it. And more importantly, looking to add to Roseburg's lead. He rattles in the first. Remember to stay with us in between games here. We'll have a quick post-game show to recap the boys' game and get ready for the girls' game. Both free throws go through for Mendoza. It's a 4-point game and a timeout taken by Willamette. And Coach Humphreys is trying to say that they should call a T because timeout whistle was blown and Willamette launched a 30-foot three-point attempt after the whistle there, much like Micah Mendoza on the other side dunking the basketball after a whistle on a foul. And the officials don't want to hear it. There's 11 seconds left in this ball game. One of Roseburg's assistant coaches out there trying to make a case, and the officials are they're going to just walk away, which is probably the right decision there, but I think it's a fair question asked by Roseburg. If they get teed up for a continuation after the whistle, and then Willamette does it on the other side, why not? 11 seconds to go in this one. Been a back-and-forth affair. Roseburg trailing. They were down by 8 at halftime. They trailed by as many as 13 in the second quarter. Willamette now down by 4, and Roseburg's going to get whistled for a quick touch foul by Micah Mendoza. And, of course, as is the case, nobody ever can believe that they commit a foul. So to the free throw line will go Jaden Owens. All righty, 9 seconds in the game here in overtime. Jaden Owens trying to cut into a 4-point deficit. First one does not fall. Second one coming up here. Owens' second trip to the free throw line for him in the game. He is now 0 for 3. The senior finally gets one to fall. That makes it a 3-point game with 9 seconds to go. Willamette likely looking to foul, either get the steal or foul. Inbound goes to Mendoza, and Owens will quickly foul him. And Micah Mendoza will get a chance to go to the free throw line to hopefully ice this one here tonight. That foul on Owens is his 5th. And that goes to show how badly I marked down fouls in my scorebook. I didn't have him for a single one. 8 seconds on the game clock. Roseburg leading by 3. Micah Mendoza at the line. Senior can't get the friendly roll on the road. Got over the front of the iron, but then the spin on it, spit it back out of the cylinder. Need a second one here. Need this one to make it a 4-point game. Micah does get it. Here we go, final play, 6 seconds. Long launches a deep three. That one way off the mark. Rebound underneath, loose ball, and the clock will run out. And Roseburg's going to get a 67-63 final here in overtime. Roseburg gets the win. It was not necessarily their finest game, but they're able to get a win nonetheless. Roseburg will get the victory. They'll improve to 5-3 in league play, 13-7 overall. And for Willamette, they'll go to 0-9 in conference and 3-19 on the season. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. Final score 67-63 in overtime. Roseburg gets the win. We'll come back with the postgame show, and I believe we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys. So stick around for that. Coming up here in just a couple of moments on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Final one from Willamette High School for our first game of the night. The Roseburg boys get a 67-63 win in overtime as they would hold off Willamette. The Wolverines gave them everything they could handle here tonight. Roseburg just a little disconjointed. I'm not even sure if that's a word, but just unable to really get into a flow in this one here tonight. Had to play from behind. They led 2-0 and then trailed all the way until 1:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Roseburg got their first lead since it was 2-0. But they wouldn't be able to hang on to it. A three on a desperation shot by Braden Long. I don't know how he got it off, for one, with a hand in his face. It banked off the glass, clanked off the iron a couple of times, and finally dropped in to tie it up. Roseburg had a chance to try and get a bucket at the end of regulation, but they could not get a look at it. And Willamette had like 2 seconds on the clock, could not get a shot off to try and win it in regulation. So we went to overtime, and that's where Roseburg would finish it off. Roseburg going 7 for 12 at the free throw line in the extra period. And for Willamette, they lose by 4. They missed 2 free throws in the extra period. They went 4 for 6 at the stripe in overtime. But it was a good fourth quarter for Roseburg. They held Willamette to just 5 points. That helped Roseburg come back in that matchup. They outscored Willamette 11-5 in the overtime period, in the fourth quarter, if not for that three-pointer by Braden Long. Willamette had only scored 2 points in that fourth quarter prior to that shot. And so Roseburg really put up a good defensive effort in the fourth quarter. And that got them back into this game. They will improve to 5-3 in league play. We'll see how things go with the rest of the conference here tonight. But Roseburg, at least right now, keeping pace with Grants Pass in the loss column. We'll see if Grants Pass wins or loses at home against South Eugene here tonight. While we wait on Coach Humphreys, who I believe is going to make a trip up here to get a chance to catch up with us. Try and take a look at some of the numbers here. Roseburg did not have a three-pointer in the second half, so they finished with 4. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26. 17 for 26 at the free throw line in the second half for Roseburg. That puts them at 24 for 34 at the line for the game. A lot of trips to there were a lot of whistles here tonight. That is for sure. We had a couple players foul out. 2 for Willamette, 1 for Roseburg. There were a lot of free throws in this one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Willamette in the second half, 12 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12 for 18 at the stripe in the second half for Willamette. The Wolverines go 16 for 24 at the stripe for the game. And let's see, they knocked down 1, 2, 3, 4 more three-pointers. So Willamette finished with 9 threes in the ball game here tonight. Braden Long ends up with 5 threes here tonight. That means he is now 3 threes away from setting the school record here at Willamette High School. We're going to go ahead and put together some final numbers, see if Coach Humphreys comes up to join us. Before we put our final bow on this one, we'll take one more 2-minute timeout. It'll be the first break of the pregame show for Game 2 for Connor back in the studio. But we'll take one more 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and wrap up the postgame show for the Roseburg boys basketball game. We'll use the first 2-minute timeout of the next game for this 2-minute timeout. And we'll keep going towards the girls game coming up here in just a few moments as the Roseburg girls take on number 3 ranked Willamette. Does that work for you back in the studio there, Connor? Okay, we'll take that timeout. We'll come back and wrap up the boys game. 2-minute break here, and we'll finish it off as the boys get a win in overtime, 67-63 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Getting ready for the Roseburg girls basketball game. They are getting ready to take on the Willamette Wolverines. For those that are watching online, we're going to have one more segment here. Then we will end the broadcast of the Roseburg boys game. And then we'll start the new one for the girls game here coming up. All right, let's take a look at individual scoring. I think I'm off by 1 point for the Roseburg boys. So, again, unofficial scoring. I always double-check with the scorebook to get it all correct here. But here's what I got for Roseburg. 25 points in the game for Asher Vredenberg. Another good game for the senior there. Did pretty well at the free throw line. 21 points in the game for Micah Mendoza. And only other player in double figures with 10 was Julian Lopez. 7 points for Owen Bentia before he fouls out in the game. And 3 points for Vincent Ash. On the other side, 23 in the game for Braden Long. 13 for Jacob Hall. 12 for Berkeley Granberry. Then you had 6 in the game for Cole Zumwalt and 6 for Caden Garcia. 3 for Kamen McCann. And 1 point for Jaden Owens and for Cole Newton. That's what I've got down for our scoring recap of the Willamette boys here tonight. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game here in this one. The Roseburg Indians, supported by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game here tonight. I'm going to give it to Asher Vredenberg. All-around great game. He did lead them in scoring, but did a lot of the dirty work out there and played with 4 fouls for a long time and managed to stay in the game when a lot of whistles were coming. So your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game tonight is Asher Vredenberg. And leading it with rebounds here tonight. Let's see here. Looks like it's Asher Vredenberg as well. Your rebound leader is Asher with, I've got him down for 6. That might be a little shy, but your rebound leader brought to you by Colorcraft. When you're looking to get in the paint, remember Colorcraft, they're a paint store, not a paint department. So Asher winning both of our awards here tonight in the post-game show. There's Coach Humphreys. Maybe we'll get him to be a part of the pregame show for the girls' game. We'll got to start transitioning things over. So we will wrap up the boys' broadcast here. We'll finish the broadcast for those that are watching online, and then we will start a new one for the girls' game. We'll start getting you ready for that and probably have a couple of quick comments here with head coach Jordan Humphreys. Well, let's see. How much time? We got 7 minutes. We're going to keep it here because Coach is walking over. So we'll keep it here. We're not going to end things just yet. We will get Coach to join us there in the pregame, the postgame show still for Game 1. Game 2 going to be coming up momentarily. Coach, how do I ask this in a nice way? Are you tired of trailing at halftime? Let me get your microphone here. Let's see here. No, that should be work. You got me there? Let's see. No, I got the wrong microphone unmuted. 1 second here. It's been a long night with some tech. There we go.
I think the guys are just getting kind of used to it, and they're like, this is kind of par for the course, so we're used to it. We'll come back in the second half and see if we can win this one after being down by whatever. 10,
we were down
15.
by 8 this time at halftime, but it was a 13-point game in the second quarter. So, what is there something leading to that you're noticing consistently? I mean, I know that each game is its own entity, but is there something consistently you're seeing from them early in a game that's leading to these halftime deficits?
No. I mean, maybe it's just like, when batters go in slumps or shooters go in slumps, and we try to talk about it and say, hey, what do we need to do differently and trying different things, and maybe talking about it's making it worse. I don't know. It's a mystery to me. I think one day once we figure it out, hopefully, we only got 4 left, so hopefully sometime soon we get it figured out and don't have to do that anymore.
It's nice to see that the guys do have that effort to stick to it, but I was going to ask you, do you feel you're kind of hoping that this works its way out, that the guys kind of break out of that slump. But is there a sense of maybe a sense of urgency, a sense of emergency on your part that, yeah, the season's winding down here, and this is something we got to get figured out before we get too far into this?
I mean, we definitely do. I think part of it is tonight. I mean, we've talked about it before. We look at paper and say, oh, well, we're not going to have to play hard and waiting for somebody else to do it, or just let the game come to us a little bit. And we started out with our half-court trap today to try to make sure we were aggressive and ready to play from the start. And if you were paying attention, it didn't look anything like the way we ran it versus South Medford when we got 4 steals in a row. Our guys were standing around, not talking, not communicating. And that's, it got to find a way to help them figure out how to bring energy all the time.
Yeah. Not to beleaguer the points on, trailing at halftime and trying to come back. So let's find something positive to talk about. Is there something you're seeing that you like about obviously getting a win is always good on the road. We've talked about it before. No matter what happens, it's always tough to win on the road no matter who you're playing on the other side. So being able to go home with a victory tonight is a good thing there. There's some positives that you're seeing that you're liking about what you guys are doing right now as the season's starting to wind down.
In this game?
Just
not in this game, no.
Okay. Should have seen the answer coming from a mile away on that one.
Not in this game.
So a lot to work on.
I mean,
things to continue to make it worthwhile to go to practice.
Practice has looked good this week.
Yeah.
We did some different stuff to make guys work hard and be competitive, and we had a couple great practices, and I liked what we were doing there, and we just, I don't know, didn't put it together on the floor.
didn't translate over, unfortunately. Nonetheless, the guys get the win. You guys pick up the victory here on the road tonight, and you get a chance to be back at home. Maybe we talked about it that this was going to be a tough stretch of the season, knowing that you guys were going to be on the road quite a bit, and there's still some more road games to go, but you get a chance to be back at home against North Medford next Tuesday. Hopefully that'll be the home atmosphere. We'll get a chance to kind of re-energize these guys for this stretch run.
Yeah, hopefully. North Medford's playing really good right now. They've won 3 straight. They almost beat South Medford. They lost to them by 2. So they got all their guys back, and they're probably just going to be a tough win at home. We were lucky to get one down there with a couple of the guys out, and hopefully we can pull it together and finish that one. I mean, I've said it about us before. We are in control of our own destiny. I believe that we are the second best team in conference, and but we still got to go out and prove it with a few wins.
All right. Roseburg gets the win in overtime here tonight. Is that the first overtime game of the season? I was saying that there's a couple of games I wasn't around for, so I wasn't 100% sure off the top of my head.
Yep,
but
first overtime game.
It's the first one for me this season. So, All right, in OT, Roseburg 67-63, the win over Willamette here tonight. Coach Humphreys joining us here in the postgame. Coach, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate that. And we'll look forward to catching up with the team coming up on Tuesday next week when they are at home against North Medford. We will wrap up the boys broadcast. We will take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll have the video stream started for the girls' game, so don't go anywhere. We got another one to go. It's going to be a late one here tonight in Eugene after an overtime game. Before we take that 2-minute break, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. Get that in real quick. This is Roseburg basketball here on The Score. All right, that'll do it for the boys' game. 67-63, the win. Asher Vredenberg, your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game and your Colorcraft in the Paint rebound leader here tonight. We get ready for the girls' game coming up next. We'll preview it and get you the starting lineups, all of that coming up here in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. More Roseburg High basketball coming up here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.